Hello, everyone. Welcome to Court with Krissy. For a Friday, they're a very needy bunch, but the only legit need, that would be weed. Leave your mom at home and don't cry in court. I hope you like it. Court with Krissy is now in session.
Hi, can you hear us?
Sí, sí, lo puedo.
Yes.
Okay, sweet. Here we go.
Necesitas intérprete, dile.
Sorry, I have the interpreter. Spanish?
English.
English.
Spanish.
No.
That's my client, Mr. Kazabdahe. He needs an interpreter, is what he's saying. There should be one here, but when the court addresses it,
Say your English.
it's just our case.
Okay.
That was them. They're having trouble getting on for some reason downstairs. So we'll can't start without one side. So we'll.
Sir, can anyone
Yes?
hear us? This is my son, Michael Riley. I don't know if this is our court case.
There's several cases on at 9 a.m., ma'am. So I'll get through them all. Okay.
Oh, we've never done this. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Sir, you know the Charles Baker 9 and
All right, Mr. Marcinski, is somebody in the courtroom with you? Hopefully.
Marilyn's trying to get the camera working for us.
That's not a great view, Marilyn.
Not the best. Jeez.
All right.
Go with that sports brother.
State versus Michael Riley, 23 CR 144.
Yes, Your Honor.
Who that is?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Looks like he failed to appear in front of Judge McPherson, but there was no service on the summons. How did you hear about the case? You are muted. There you go.
Yeah, a letter was sent.
November
Yeah, in November
2020
of 24.
from the sheriff's office.
Yes, from the sheriff's office.
Okay, well, you're appearing now. Do you have a copy of the complaint?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Charges with you. Charging count one with not the normal form, but I think it's saying possession of marijuana.
Say you're from it. Yeah. Say you were traveling. Okay.
Is that the allegation, Mr. Marcinski?
Judge, it is. It got filed by a former deputy of mine, and I don't know why he filed it as a Class A possession of a controlled substance, but the allegation would be that he possessed marijuana, yes.
Yeah, it's all not. Who is this that did this?
It's under my name, but Bob Almanza filed it last summer.
Okay. Yeah, it says Class A for some reason, and you read it, it's marijuana. And all right, that's actually, what year is this? 23. That's a Class B misdemeanor, even though it says Class A. It's a Class B misdemeanor, carries up to 6 months in jail as a maximum penalty, up to a $1,000 fine. Count two is an allegation of possession of drug paraphernalia. Also, a Class B misdemeanor, carries up to 6 months in jail, up to a $1,000 fine. You have the right to have an attorney represent you on this matter. If you can't afford to hire one, I'll appoint one. Do you know what you're going to do with regard to an attorney?
Yes, I do have.
No.
Well,
Let me help out.
Judge, I might be able to record. Man, you can't speak. Either Mr. Riley can speak on his own behalf or.
That's okay. I want to. Has he got some problems, ma'am?
I don't think so, Judge. His uncle is an attorney out of Minnesota who called me last week. We had a detailed conversation. I advised through his uncle his right to either plead to the paraphernalia or to enter a diversion. So they may have some announcement as to what they want to do there, or he might want to, I also advise of his right to get local counsel as well, so.
Okay, that's fine. Let me go over with it. Ma'am, you're his mother?
Yes,
Okay, how old is your son?
he's 22. He was in Kansas for 3 weeks playing for the Wellington Heat. So he left Arizona. He was in Wellington for 3 weeks and
Okay,
then
but he's not disabled in any way. He can talk for himself?
no, it's true, but yes, he can talk. I'm so sorry. He's a
Okay.
big
This is his
Okay.
case. We'll let him handle it.
Okay.
Did you want to hire an attorney or do you want to apply for court-appointed attorney?
Um,
court appointed.
um,
We also sent Larry a diversion packet with a
and
fee.
we submitted a diversion program as well.
I may not have seen that. If he has filed a diversion application, then typically the state would.
At this point in time, I just need you to answer one question for me, Mr. Riley. Did you want to hire an attorney or do you want to apply for court-appointed or do you want to represent yourself?
Court appointed.
Court appointed.
All right.
No,
Yeah,
sir.
I don't really know, kind of what that means. I do.
With all due respect,
Mhm.
your son's an adult.
Mhm.
It's his case. He's the one facing up to a year if you put these cases together in the county jail. So it's his decision what he wants to do, not yours. So
Can you explain, Your Honor?
under your roof, but this is all his call right here. Okay. Did you want to hire an attorney, apply for court-appointed attorney, or do you want to represent yourself, sir?
I'll hire an attorney, especially with my uncle giving that information.
I'll make a note of that.
I think court appointed, otherwise it's a big fee.
Judge, again, I would suggest maybe we just continue this about 3 or 4 weeks. I anticipate that I will grant the diversion. It might alleviate the need for hiring an attorney.
Okay.
And if I file the diversion packet, I will have an answer. We probably will have it resolved by that time, sir.
Diversions between you all. I'll continue this to January 9th at 9 a.m.
We sent the diversion packet. Same.
Your Honor,
Yes.
we did send a diversion packet through,
With $50.
yeah, it was with $50, the whole deal.
Yeah, just work with the county attorney on that. I'm out of that deal. That's between you and the county attorney, whether he grants it or not, okay?
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Just be back in court January 9th at 9 a.m. Mr. Marcinski is appearing now. There's a warrant in this case for his failure to appear, apparently. What do you want to do with that?
I advised that I would, I presume that he would ask the court to lift it, and I said I would not object to the court lifting it because they reached out to me and I've been taking proactive steps to get this taken care of.
All right, warrant is recalled. All right, see you back in court January 9th at 9 a.m., okay, Mr. Riley?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
You may go.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Perryman. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, good morning. That is file 2271 of 2024, People versus Eric Perryman. And Ms. Morton is here from our probation office. Mr. Johnson, on behalf of Mr. Perryman here in the courtroom. And this is the date again for a probation violation hearing. Mr. Johnson, what does your client wish to do?
Your Honor, I understand the court's take based on my last client. I did speak with the prosecutor this morning. There are new charges for carrying concealed as well as malicious use of a telecommunications device. Yes, and it is a habitual fourth. Again, these violations tie directly into that fact. He has not yet been arraigned, my understanding, on the new charges. I believe they were just authorized today. It would be my preference to adjourn. If the court is not inclined to do so, I prefer that the testimony be provided by the probation.
Okay, so that's what we'll do then. So Ms. Morton, if you could please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, so help you God?
Yeah.
And could you please state your name and how you're employed?
Jana Morton, I'm an 86th District Court Probation Officer. I am supervising Mr. Perryman. I have been since September 30th of this year.
And at that time, he was placed on probation And as a condition of that probation, is it true he was not to possess a weapon?
That is correct. He's not supposed to possess a weapon, or he is not supposed to act in a violent, threatening, or intimidating behavior.
Okay, and did you receive information that the defendant was in possession of a weapon and did act in a threatening manner while on probation?
Yes, I received a call from a deputy, I believe on December 16th, that they were investigating Mr. Perryman for making threats to his ex-girlfriend regarding her new boyfriend. They had text messages from Mr. Perryman stating someone's going to die. As long as you are fucking with him, I'm always want his blood, I swear, on my deathbed. Police investigated that. They found that he was at the Goodwill Inn. They did contact him regarding those threats because they had the proof of the text messages. And then when he was arrested, he was found in possession of a fixed blade kitchen knife that was concealed in his jacket.
All right, and Mr. Johnson, do you have any questions for the probation officer?
Ms. Morton, would you agree that total time served would be at 5 days now? I believe on your form it's 3 days as of 12/18.
That's correct.
Questions?
All right, then I will find the defendant guilty. Oh, did you want to offer any of it? Okay. So I will find the defendant guilty of both violations for possession of a weapon and for acting in a threatening manner. So, Mr. Johnson, what else would you like me to know?
Your Honor, I'm not going to speak to the nature of the threats or anything like that. Obviously, he's got a potential life offense that he's looking at in circuit court on those now with the HAB4 on the CCW charge. But Your Honor, I really think that case probably takes the lead at this point in time, and he hasn't been arraigned, so no conditions have been set. I would just be asking for an unsuccessful termination here. I think he's got bigger fish to fry next to it.
Should I ask your client if he wants to make any comments?
Eric, the judge is going to ask you if you want to make any comments. I just can't have you talk about anything that happened, any of the messages, you being stopped, anything else.
I do like to apologize for my actions. They were clearly not.
Eric, I'm just going to stop you.
I'm going to mute Mr. Perryman so that he doesn't make statements contrary to his interests. As you indicated, Mr. Johnson, he's got bigger fish to fry than this case. Ms. Morton, did you want to add anything?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so I will follow the recommendation in this case, which is to revoke probation. The charge or the conviction in this case did in fact arise out of an assault. It was particularly concerning because it was an assault at the Goodwill Inn, and the victim was actually assaulted by several people, including being struck in the face and thrown over some kind of a landscape retaining wall by one of the other individuals. But given those facts, and now the defendant being in possession of a weapon and making the threats that he did, I'm going to sentence him to the 45 days in jail, and he'll receive credit for time served. Is there anything else for you this morning, Mr. Johnson?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Perryman, we're all set for this morning. You can let the jail staff know that we're all set. Thank you, Ms. Morton.
This is People versus Tyler. 24S31349. Mr. Danian has filed a motion to modify the terms of probation.
All right, Mr. Dingy, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Very straightforward motion this morning. My client is currently on probation. One of the conditions, though, of his probation is that he can't use any drug paraphernalia, controlled substances, including marijuana. He does have a valid medical marijuana card. It's true that he did apply after his case started, but it was prior to sentencing. So the card itself wasn't issued until after he was already sentenced. But this is something that, he's not trying to do this for any improper purpose. This is not for recreational use by any means. My client had apparently some pain following incision sites after he had underwent surgery to remove his appendix. And so this is something that he feels is beneficial to him. It's a lot better than trying to get addicted to any kind of, pain medications that might be a lot stronger. I mean, he's consulted with his doctor.
Does his doctor want to testify? Because what did we do prior to legalize marijuana when somebody had their appendix out? Does your client realize how ridiculous his motions sound?
Well, I mean, he's just trying
to. I need marijuana because I had my appendix out and I have some problem with the incision site. That's absurd.
But he got approved legally. I mean, this is something that the law permits, and he went and he did it the right way, and he got.
Well, we all recognize it. Just because something is lawful doesn't mean it's a great idea.
Well, I mean, there's no indication that he's violating.
Counsel, I don't really need to hear anything else. There's no way in 1,000 years that this court is going to approve the use of marijuana because somebody had their appendix out and they got an itchy incision site. I mean, come on. It's absurd. Let's start with the fact that your client has, let's start off with possession of cocaine, possession of ammunition, possession of a firearm, habitual offender, second offense. And now he wants to use a mind-altering substance. No. If you want to, and again, I recognize that marijuana is legal. Mr. Breck, if you want to hire a doctor, bring him in here, put him under oath, have him testify as to your doctor-patient relationship, that's been an ongoing long thing. And in his medical opinion, there is simply nothing else. There's no non-narcotic prescription that's going to alleviate your incision pain. I'm happy to listen, but I think it's malarkey. Motion's
All right. Thank you.
What else do we have?